Hello, Claude. I'm busy learning this with Melissa because I'm trying to spend some time with her, and and you're missing out. So I thought I'm going to try and do like 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, with you, and then I think you'll find it interesting. So it's based on this book which Mummy bought for me, which is. It seems like a basic book, but actually the way that it's gone about is very interesting. So it's done in a very academic, intellectual way, and it's by Dennis Prager and Joseph Tulushkin. So it's entitled "The 9 Questions People Ask About Judaism." So it starts off by asks a very good question, which is very interesting. Can one doubt God's existence and still be a good Jew? So I'll try and do one section at a time, okay? So basically what he says, that the answer is yes. You can doubt God's existence and still be a good Jew. Because belief in God in itself is difficult. Especially in this physical life, there are lots of contradictions which kind of point to the fact that maybe there isn't a God. So he says here, belief in God is often difficult. Crises of faith are to be expected, and acknowledging such crises is not an irreligious act for a Jew. There are 4 significant reasons why doubts about God's existence should not be an obstacle to you being a good Jew. So the first reason he gives is that Judaism emphasizes deed over creed. So that's what the mitzvot are for. The mitzvot are to do things, okay, not to think things. Okay? So Judaism stresses action far more than faith. And in fact, in the Talmud it says that God makes a declaration which is unique amongst all religious writings. Better that they, the Jews, abandon me but follow my laws. Okay, that's in the Talmud. In the and then the commentary adds, by practicing the laws, the Jews will return to God. That's the Jerusalem Talmud in Masechet Chagiga. So you can be a good Jew, and you can doubt God's existence or God. Okay. However, a Jew that acts contrary to the law, to the halakha, that's a bit of a problem. Okay, so that's the first thing that he says. And by the way, a guy like Jordan Peterson, when he's asked whether he believes in God, the answer he gives is he's not sure, but he lives as if he believes in God. Okay, so point number 2. If you are absolute, in other words, point number 2 is absolute certainty in faith leads to fanaticism. So we cannot be certain, and Hashem made it like that. Hashem made it so that we cannot be certain, because we have to exercise our free will. So there have to be various circumstances, and we have to then, use our common sense and our free will to decide. So it says here, a Jew dare not live with absolute certainty, because certainty is a hallmark of the fanatic, and Judaism abhors fanaticism, and because doubt is good and for the human soul and its humility. Okay, so these things are important. So it's dangerous to be certain about things. So, for example, examples of people who were certain that what they were going to do was going to work are fascists, communists, and scientists, who are dogmatically and absolutely certain that what they say is correct. Okay, number 3. So in Judaism, we're not certain, and it's a good thing, and it's bad for the soul to be certain. Okay, number 3. If God were known, moral choice would end. Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier about free will. Okay, if you knew God existed and would punish us for evil acts, then good acts would be much less freely chosen. I always cite the example: you're smoking a cigarette on the Shabbat, you get struck by lightning. That's it. Nobody else is going to smoke. If it happens every Shabbat, nobody's going to smoke a cigarette. So we have to choose to do good, and this is the exercise of free will. So in order to choose good, we must be free to do bad. Okay, and if we were definitely sure about God, well, there was going to be punishment, immediate punishment, or even delayed punishment. I think today a lot of people don't even think there will be delayed punishment, which I do, by the way. I'm absolutely, I wouldn't say certain, but yeah, I'm certain of that because I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen it with people. Okay, and then point number 4. Since God's existence is unprovable, in other words, we cannot prove in this physical world the existence of God. In the physical world, it's not possible. So therefore, there is doubt. Okay, God's existence cannot be physically demonstrated because God doesn't possess physical qualities. Okay, and that's obviously something that Judaism has always maintained. It's always said that God is. So therefore, it is perfectly permissible to have doubts about God. Okay, so then it continues. So then he continues to say, but a good Jew may not deny. So you can doubt, but you're not allowed to deny God's existence. Indeed, the primary task of the Jewish people since its inception has been to bring the idea of a universal God and morality, or ethical monotheism, to mankind. As we shall see below, the most important values of life are dependent upon positing the existence of God. Positing the existence of God. Morality, or good and evil, are objective realities that transcend personal and national opinions, and ultimate purpose and meaning to human existence. To put it another way, if there is no God, then there can be no objective good and evil, and no ultimate purpose to our existence. For these reasons, among many others, a committed Jew may not deny God's existence, must struggle with his doubts about God. Okay, so, by the way, the word Israel has in its meaning the word to struggle with God. And C, must advocate ethical monotheism, which is the ideal of a universal God as the basis of a universal standard of ethical behavior. And then it ends off, the section ends off, and I'm going to end here. It says, as Elie Wiesel stated it, the Jew may love God, or he may fight with God, but he may not ignore God.